So you guys know, not too long back, I did this entire video about, actually no, not even a video, a community post. A community post discussing a specific cereal that is officially on, scratch that, that's officially on sale right now at Walmart and other places out there where you can get cereal. And, that post got pretty popular. 208 likes, 127 comments. Here's the thing. Here's a full-on thing about this. Who in their right mind thought that it was a good idea to make something like Sour Patch Kids into a fucking cereal? I mean, no joke. How do you do that? How do you come up with this kind of thing? I mean, what kind of drugs were the people at Post sitting there and smoking when they were doing this? No, scratch that. What bath salts have they been doing? Because I can't think of a single person, regardless of what drug that they may be on, would want to eat something like this. Not even stoners who have the munchies would want to sit there and eat something as disgusting as Sour Patch Kids cereal. Now, before I get into this, I love Sour Patch Kids. They're delicious. They're not like extremely sour like Warheads, although, funny little fact about that, Warheads is making a cereal too. How great is that? But, I mean, I like Sour Patch Kids. They're delicious. I find them good. They're chewy, they're sour, then they're sweet. I like that. But here's the thing about this. I could understand a company wanting to use a candy and turning it into a cereal. Maybe something like yogurt-flavored cereal bits or whatever. Or, something chocolate-based. Hell, I could understand if it was something like maybe chocolate and mint, despite the fact that that's kind of an odd combination, but it's still pretty tasty, I might add. All those kind of things. You can make a cereal out of Snickers, Reese's Puffs, and a bunch of other kind of cereals because those kind of candies are able, and I'm going to repeat it again, are able to be made into a cereal that would complement the milk. And, be a particularly delicious and sweet and sugary and fattening breakfast cereal. But the one thing you never do, take notes, people. If you're ever going to make a candy or you're ever going to make a cereal, take this into consideration. Sour and milk do not go together. How many fucking times do I have to sit there and say it? It doesn't work. It never has worked, and it never will work. Why does that not work? Well, think of it. When you eat a Sour Patch Kid, it's chewy. It's chewy, it's pretty good, but it starts off pretty sour and then goes off to the sweet zone. Nothing particularly wrong about that. Now take the same candy, dehydrate it until it's a hard, crunchy little morsel, dust it in like a little bit of sugar and some powdered whatever that stuff is, put it in some milk, stir it up, take a bite, tell me how you like it. You're probably going to throw up after that. The fact that some idiot at Post decided that this would be a good idea, like, hey, manager, herp derp, I wonder what cereal we're gonna make. Oh, that's easy, David the potato. We're gonna make Sour Patch Kids cereal. Sour Patch Kids? I wonder why. Isn't that like, I don't know, sour? Sour that people don't want to eat? Oh, shut up, David. It's delicious. Make it into a cereal. We'll make good money out of that. Okay, boss. I could honestly see that being the actual case going on at Post. Just a bunch of fucking just a bunch of idiots going out there and just smashing their heads in their keyboards because they're practically bored as all hell and they're pretty much waiting to go home and pretty much live in the lonely trailer that they probably live in. Oh wait, that's me, never mind. And just sitting there and just continuously making up random crazier flavors to come up with, but by far this one's too far. This is way too far. Oreo cereal, delicious. Reese's Puffs, delicious. Sour Patch Kids, no. No. The sour does not complement anything, especially when you put it into milk. Now, if you like this cereal, I was gonna say that, I have no problem with that, but there's something genuinely wrong with your tongue. And you know what? if you do happen to like this cereal, I will personally give you my own tongue and a tongue transplant just to make sure of it that your sense of taste comes back and is more accurate than the one that you have now. I'm not joking either when I say this, people. Sour Patch Kids cereal is a concept and it is a ridiculous idea that nobody asked for, nobody wanted. I mean, think of it. You know, like I said before, sour and milk do not go together. Imagine mixing all of that in. Imagine taking a big old thing of Warheads, dropping them in milk, stirring them up, and taking a couple of bites out of it. You'll want to puke. But I think what the scary thing about this is that, you know, what if somebody, like, has a really crazy reaction to that? Like, you know, what's going to happen when they go and buy their kid this piece of shit cereal, and they pour it in there, and they're eating, and they're projectile vomiting so much that their guts start spewing out of their throat. And it's like, you know, guts and vomit and other shit out there, like, splattering all over the place, and the kid just dies. You know, any parent that wants to get rid of their kids, there you go. Buy them this cereal, because it'll get rid of them in an instant, although you'll have a big mess to clean up. I'm kidding here. That's dark humor, people. Don't fucking do that. If you do that, you'll go to prison. But literally trying to wrap this entire thing up, this is wrong. Like, this is wrong than wrong. This is the kind of thing that does not go well. Like mint and pumpkin, they don't mix. And if you have a combination that does not work, people are not going to eat it. People are not going to eat sour and sweet mixed together in milk and you just can't expect that to be good. You cannot expect that whatsoever to actually be good. It will not taste good. It is probably not going to be good. But knowing how the cereal company is, they might just sit there and probably fill it up with sugar and maybe add a tiny bit of sweetness. If that's the case, then why the hell would you call them Sour Patch Kids? They're not Sour Patch Kids anymore. They're just dried little hunks of sadness dumped into a bowl, smothered in sugar, most likely, and doused with milk. It has nothing to do with Sour Patch Kids. But you know, maybe that might be a good thing. Maybe that actually might genuinely be a good thing for it to not be that sour. But if it is sour, expect yourself to probably go through a huge amount of financial loss because you're going to lose every dime that you probably are going to wind up getting from making this piece of crap cereal that nobody asked for, nobody wanted, and just downright have no desire for a cereal based on that. You want my advice? Here's a good bit of advice. Post. Make something that people will want to eat. I mean, don't go the route of other places. You know, in fact, I actually remember, this is completely off topic of the cereal, but it's an interesting story. I ate this Lay's chicken and waffle thing, and when I ate it, it tastes like vomit. I'm not joking. It tasted like pure vomit, spicy vomit that comes up down out of your throat, and you projectile into a toilet. It tastes just like that. That's exactly how bad it was. I've never touched it since. I nearly puked more than enough times. Although probably my own puke would taste better than that crap chips. But the same could probably be said for a cereal like this. I genuinely hope nobody buys this. I hope that this company themselves, sits there and sits in the corner. Every single one of them that came up with the idea of the cereal has to sit in the corner with a dunce hat on their head and, sitting there and thinking about what they just did because they pretty much are about to destroy or have already destroyed everybody's freaking palates after that. And, it wouldn't surprise me if people sued them for that. I could see, like, the judge sitting there and it's like, so, you're suing Post because they destroyed my freaking tongue. How exactly did they do that? And like the defendant goes and hands up a bowl of, the sweet and Sour Patch Kids cereal, and the judge takes a bite and just starts. And he's like choking to death because of the sourness and everything, because he's like, an 86-year-old man, he can't handle it anymore. And the next thing you know, the judge's head explodes from the amount of sourness, and like blood and brains and other juices and things like that are just splattered all over the fucking jury and everybody else. While everybody's screaming, like the brain of the judge just jumps onto the freaking stand, hammers it down with his gavel and says, "I find Post guilty." I could see that happening. And you know what? It wouldn't shock or surprise me if it did actually happen. Because, yeah, nobody wants this. So Post, do the world a freaking favor and get rid of this cereal. Discontinue it. We don't want it. Nobody wants this. It doesn't need to exist. Nobody has asked for it. And anybody who has asked for that, I genuinely hope that they sit there and get locked into a giant vault full of warhead candies, and the only way they have to get out of there is by eating every single one of them until their tongue falls off from the amount of bleeding that's coming out of them. I hope that happens. Maybe. Kind of. I don't know. But it drives me nuts. So yeah, to wrap us all up, Sour Patch Kids cereal, bad idea. The concept and taste, terrible. The idea of it, disgusting. What do we want in our Sour Patch Kids? Gummy, sort of, or chewy, sweet and sour. What we don't want it dry, we don't want it sour, we don't want it particularly not very sweet either. So yeah, end of rant. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. And of course, like always, roll the outro, Otterton. I gotta go to my local store, buy up all that cereal, and then get my flamethrower and burn it all down back to hell where it belongs. Oh wait, hell wouldn't even want that either. I'll send it back to heaven.
In fear and surprise as your eyes widen, your mouth goes dry with each battered breath. You try to scream, your mind begs to leave, glued to your computer screen. The killers they slash, the tapes burn and crash. The cartridge you bought will be your final haunt. The rituals of hate will seal your fate. The tears you shed will be from the fear-gripping, horror-driven, nightmarish, gore-filled, terrorizing, hateful, burning, violent, rage-inducing, knife-slashing, blood-splattering, silent screams. Only time will tell if you will escape this online hell. Your horror-filled obsessions will come with its own regressions. Your pathetic screams will not be heeded in any way, because your nightmares will come at any day.